Episode 3, Frame of Mind Podcast, host Brandon Hughes. Today I got two special guests. Introduce yourselves, please.
Us, the Temples. I'm Melody Temple. I'm the creator of Bingo Detroit, owner of the Fresher brand, co-owner of AYB Fresher with my husband, multimedia personality, event curator. Okay, your turn.
What up, though? What up, though? It's Koolade. Like she said, is my business partner and our establishment, AYB Fresher. I guess the creator of AYV, 25, going on 26 years in October. Graphic designer, senior director at Legal Shield. Like,
Run your list.
right.
Yeah. Talk your talk,
I
man.
do a lot of stuff. do a lot of stuff.
We're very busy.
Talk your talk. All right, so first off, I want to thank you both for giving me your time today. So Koolade, let's start with you, man. Let's start with you.
Come on,
How
OG.
you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm
Good.
good.
New dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like two
This
kids.
age,
Well, y'all two parents, new parents, right?
Yes.
She's new. I probably I might be the only person my age
You're not.
with a space and kids like I have.
You're not.
My guess though. What my
I have a
Exactly.
30-year-old daughter, a
Oh,
24-year-old daughter,
okay.
and I have a 3-year-old son and a 1-year-old son.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
So you adjusting all over again.
All over because I forgot all of this.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, he's supposed to still be crying. What are you crying for? I understand why when you get up in age, your kids ain't it. Because it's like, yo, she'd be like, just chill out. I'm like, no, because I don't think he still should be crying. Like,
Man.
no, he's not grown yet. He need that grown. He's ridiculous.
So you done lived 2 lives already.
Basically,
Two
yes.
Alright,
Two
sheesh. Alright, cool. So let me ask you this then. I know you had mentioned like you doing this for like over 25 years?
Yeah, it'd be 26 years in October.
26 years in October. Okay. So for me, I want you to kind of describe like your style, like your brand and the style and the actual meaning behind it.
Okay, so this is perfect because I thought of this a long time ago, and when somebody asked me, describe what AYV is saying. AYV was a person
Yeah.
in high school. He would be the cool guy that all the women want to be with and all the guys want to hang around. But he don't do the crowds. He don't hang with the the loser crowd, the follower crowd. All that. He's just that guy.
Okay.
That's what AYV is, and I think that's why. I know that's why I'm still around.
Yeah.
Going on 26 years because I've never changed AYV to fit whatever trends were in style and all that kind of stuff. I just keep it like, and I think everybody that knows me know this. Polo, Ralph is everything. Like I follow him. He's my competition. Like nobody else that started a brand. I don't look at other people like no. I'm going after Ralph.
Gotcha.
And if you bought a polo shirt in 1980, that polo shirt today is still the same polo shirt.
Fact.
You don't change it and make it all weird because times are different, none of that. So, and that's kind of like what I follow. But AYV is basically a blend of the blue collar military type of thing because we love camo and stuff like that. And then creative street culture.
Yeah.
And then I like to throw in the Ivy League preppiness too. So that's why you see we do a lot of Letterman stuff and all that. But it'd be like, in Ivy League, you got a letter on a cardigan or a varsity jacket. We'll put a letter on a camel jacket or something like that. I just blended all the stuff together to create one cool guy.
One cool guy. I hear that. What you think, man? That's cool.
I agree. I would agree.
Yeah. So y'all, like being husband and wife, just going into business together and just doing this together. Like, elaborate a little bit on the actual benefits of having a partner within building a business and also having a successful business.
I know for me, the Fresher brand is only 10 years old, so we're a child. AYB is an adult. But, that helps because he started before, he's been 2 years old before, so he knows how to, help me navigate through where I am, right? But on the opposite end, there are many things that he misses that I notice, so it's pretty much the same like in your marriage. You take your partner's strengths and you were able, I should say, you take your partner's weaknesses and you strengthen those, and vice versa. So, marketing and things like that, we're going to get those things. Making sure that the website is updated, I'm going to make sure. You know what I'm saying? Because he's so busy on this side. He's like, oh, I'm like, that outfit's not on the website, sir. Or, we need to update this. Are we sending out, marketing text messages and things like that. So, working with someone, honestly, like, it's great. I don't even realize how much time we spend together until somebody asks me, and I'm like, you do wake up together, eat breakfast as a family, and then we go and we're at our business as a family, and then go home as a family. Like, we're always together unless somebody has to go off, but we're able to, we're just cool. Like, it's just, there's no issues. Like, somebody comes in the store, somebody comes in the store, we're handling our business. Like, you're never going to come in and be like, they was in there arguing and throwing clothes at each other. Like, we don't operate like that. He could be on my last nerve, but if a customer comes in, I'm handling the business.
Of course.
So.
Because she ain't got no choice.
Boy.
That's right. That's right. There you go.
Don't do that. No, you have an attitude, get over it. Like,
but we both,
if we got a situation to where we having a disagreement, my thing is this, because I don't argue.
Yeah.
I say, listen, is it a deal breaker? If it's not a deal breaker, give me a kiss and shut up. Like, what you gonna do? Like, you leaving? If you leaving, leave. Yeah. But if not, come over here and give me a kiss and shut up. Like, what are we doing here? We're not gonna agree on everything.
So that's some marital advice for y'all right there.
No, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all over here dropping gems.
Yeah, because you'll never, ever, we're not the same person. We never will be. We'll never see everything how she sees something one way. I'm never going to see the same. First of all, I'm a man, older man, stuck in my own way. She's stuck in her ways. She sees stuff with emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll never agree. So it's like, okay, like a lot of times she be wrong in the mud. I'd be like,
here we go.
Because I'm like, ain't no need to argue. What she
Two left shoes. Two left shoes.
Two left shoes.
Two left shoes. Okay. However, neither one of us like to sit in that too long. So after so long, it's like, okay, you over it, or let's discuss it now that we're both a little more calm. Because at the end of the day, you're here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly.
So I don't want to be. I haven't talked to my husband in 3.5 weeks. Like, we don't even know what kind of time we have.
Right.
Like, and especially just to even elaborate on that even further.
Yeah.
September, my husband went in for routine surgery. Ended up in a 6-day coma. Now, everybody that knows us, my husband and I were friends long before we even got into a relationship. That's a whole nother story. But because of our friendship, you're telling me for the last, how old am I? So for the last about 15 years, I've never gone a week without hearing my husband's voice. As a friend, as a fiance, as a husband, never gone that long. Even if we were just cool, you good over there? Was new at the store? We still had a good relationship. 6 days?
Yeah.
Not that we ever did go that long without speaking to one another, but I never would, because you don't know when that last day is going to be. That you're going to hear somebody's voice, hug them, touch them, anything. I could never go that long without, I don't even want to go 6 hours, but we would never go that long, because that 6 days, agony. I'm looking at videos, like, I just want to hear his voice.
Yeah.
Because he's here, but he's not here talking to me.
Right, in the physical.
Insanity. Like, so I could never. Anytime, I talk to other people about their marriage and stuff like that, what's the problem? It's always y'all two versus the problem, not you two versus each other, because, again, is it a deal breaker? What's really the problem, and solve it. I'm a solutions-oriented person. Everybody knows that. Don't call Melody with your problems, because I'm going to be like, okay, how can we fix it and move on? Like, we're not going to sit here too long. I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
But 6 days without hearing his voice, could never sit here. Yeah, couldn't never.
Describe to me the moment when you say he was in a coma. So describe to me the moment when maybe, I don't know if you were sitting there or you got the call from the doctor that he had come out of the coma. So
it's on video.
It's all on video. Oh, okay. All right.
So what ended up happening, he had a routine surgery. Something went awry during his recovery. Okay. So surgery was Monday. He was healing fine Tuesday. Healed fine Wednesday. Healed fine Thursday. We FaceTime Thursday. I actually sent him a picture of our sons in my bed. And he called me, he FaceTimed me immediately. I'm like, oh, you up early? You know, we talked. He said, I'm about to order breakfast. I'll call you back later. Cool. The next time my phone rang, oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I gotta talk about her crying one day. Next time my phone rang, he's kind of to the side of the FaceTime, and he just said pray, and hung up the phone.
He left it like that.
Left it like that.
Couldn't breathe.
Okay.
And he did. He sounded like he was gurgling.
What happened is, okay, I had to have a thyroid surgery. I had thyroid surgery in 2019 on my left side.
Okay.
Then I had to have the right side moved in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
The surgeon that removed that said that the other surgeon left a chunk of thyroid flesh down here under my clavicle. They couldn't get to it. So that surgeon just closed me back up and didn't, you know what I'm saying, didn't even say nothing. So this one he told me, he said, man, we're going to have to address that, but the only way we can get to it is to saw through your chest bone and open it up like open heart surgery. And I'm like, oh no, I'm straight. So I put it off for years. This left side started growing back. The flesh, of course, the thyroid can't grow back to the flesh.
Right.
So it's pressing against my windpipe. So I couldn't even talk a sentence without running out of breath. So it was like, listen, you're down to
But
like
was losing
7.
weight. So that was the.
It was like you're down to like 7 millimeters. Like you got to get this thing moved out of there. So
Right.
I go to have the surgery. They did the surgery, and I'm good. So I was in the hospital for a couple days, and when I called her and told her to pray, I had coughed. One little cough. And my chest started swelling up. And I could just feel it. I put my hand on it and my hand was rising. So I hollered and told the nurse, like, hey, I can't breathe. So I reached for the phone and trying to get her back on. One of the nurses, I guess, saw my phone and ended up talking to her. I don't know because they just rushed me back down to the operating room.
His throat had filled with blood. He could not breathe. Something had burst. And they immediately took him to the operating room. So the nurse, I got off the phone. He said pray. I said, okay. That was weird.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, my phone rings. I'll never forget this. Her hair, I can see, is swinging like a Head and Shoulders commercial. Her hair is swinging in the hallway. She said, I'm taking your husband to the OR.
So this all was on this was FaceTime?
So this is on FaceTime. So she probably just dialed it again because his phone probably hadn't locked. I don't know.
Okay.
But next face was not even his face. His phone, it was, his number, but it was her saying, I'm taking your husband to the OR. Hours go past. I know he's still in surgery because he had a visitor. They called me like he's not in his room. I'm like, he's still in surgery. Cool. I get there. They've gone in a couple times. It's still not staying closed. Like this artery's not staying closed. So because of you've had surgery Monday, they went back in 3 times on Thursday. Mind you, he called me talking about, I think I'm going to go home today. Sir, no, you're not. I'm so glad.
Went home,
It would have
got to me fast enough. So
they had to cut his...
God
yes.
always. God,
he knows.
Perfect.
So hours go past. I talked to the doctor. She says, we're going to go back one more time to make sure. I felt like I was in a movie. Like I'm waiting for them to come back with a little clipboard. He's going to be okay. And he was. But because of all of that trauma, to his chest and everything, he needed to heal. Yeah. And people like talking about the ups and downs. This was the down. This is the down. Like not, you going off and cheating and having your way and coming back. Like health issues, something that you just don't even foresee. Again, thinking my husband's going to come home today and boom, you're in the OR. What? Yeah. So because of all of that, he was so swollen, his whole entire body. He looked like a peep. Like, I don't even know what else to, like, he was swollen. But, and I couldn't say it out loud then, but he looked like a corpse. Dang. He was hard to the touch. He was so, like, all of this was so tight. And just, all of that trauma to his chest was just huge. So, it was necessary. It was a medically induced coma, but it was necessary to get him to heal. Because of the person he is, if he had woke up, with all of this stuff, he would have panicked, blah, blah, blah. But they did everything that they could to make sure that he is here today. Yeah. And I got through this without crying. But that was the toughest time. But I had to put my big girl panties on and get through it. We had our store. We have our 2 boys. Yeah. I still had events to host. Yeah. it was just, I had to handle my business. I had one good cry. I touched him, got freaked out, and I took all my tears, and I put my boots on and I handled mine. That's all I could do, you know. And that helped me get through. But also, Lord, I know he's going to church today. Also,
no, tell it. That's a testimony.
It is. I had just gotten laid off 30 days before all this happened. Cool. I needed to have all that free time to do everything that I needed to do. But also, I had a conversation with a friend of mine. I said, you know, I need to figure out what direction I want to go in. She and I said we were going to fast together. So she's fasting. She's going through a transitional time. So I'm like, cool. We going to fast. So we did a Daniel fast. So that's no meat, no dairy, no fried foods, everything. Just, you know, raw everything, no juice, nothing. When this happened, literally the next day, I'm fasting for my husband.
Right.
I'll get to me later because I'm okay. We good.
Right.
But I'm going to change my fast and my prayers. Now they all become about him. So I fasted until I said I'll fast until I hear his voice. When they took that tube out, I immediately went and got me something good to eat. But you know, I had to pivot. You know, I could panic and I could cry. I just had to pivot and figure it out. And I knew that, you know, this is my husband. There's nothing I wouldn't do for my husband, especially for his health. You know what I'm saying? Like, that totally changed the game. I didn't think we could get any closer. I feel like we are in each other's skin at this point. Like,
for me, that was everybody be like, man, you love it. I'm like, man, you know, I love everything. The back of her knee, like everything. I just love it, right? Yeah. So this situation, when I came out, because by me being in a coma, I'm not going through what her, my mom, the kid. They're watching. They're sitting there watching me suffer and go through this stuff. So when I came out of the coma, first of all, that 6 days, I was traveling. I was in different places.
Your mind doesn't cut.
I wasn't familiar with any of the places I was in. Okay. And I only saw like 4 people that I knew. But I was at picnics, at parties, at banks, at jewelry stores. I was just everywhere, just traveling. So I could get back to the hospital. Like it was a fight about to go on in one of the, I was at a movie theater. The fight was about to go on. In my mind, if I looked up, I ended up back in the hospital. Like whatever scene, wherever I was at in my mind would flip. It was a square I was in, and it would flip. And one time, I flipped, and it was a white lady in the square with me. And I told her, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm taking you with me. I don't mean any harm. And she was like, it's okay. I have my computer right here. After all of that, me thinking of it, that was one of the nurses. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. So your mind is fusing all this stuff going on. Yeah. And I remember seeing one of the male nurses. He was real cool because he was like, man, Mr. Temple, you hot. I'm going to wipe your forehead. I'm going to sit you up straight. I'm going to put a pillow behind your head or whatever. I thought his name was Neil. So when I came to and everything, I passed, I was like, hey, where's Neil at? Like, he was really taking care of me or whatever. They was like, there's no Neil here. And I was
angel,
like,
little angel.
I'm like, yo, I know what I'm talking. They're like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about because there's no Neil here.
Woo, he came too, was talking in them circles. I was like, oh Lord, please. He was like, are we in a voodoo hospital?
Right. When I came out of the coma, the last part of me remembering not being in reality, I was there and I heard my daughter's voice saying, Daddy, Daddy. And I looked around and I was like, they playing my daughter's voice over the speaker. They trying to trick me, so I'm mad at this point. Yeah. And then I hear a doctor telling her, well, you better have $2,600 or we're not going to help your husband anymore. Bring it tomorrow. And I was like, I'm so mad. I'm like, who's talking to my wife like that?
And I'm coming out the coma at this point.
In my mind, I was like, you know, I'll just die and they can meet me on the subject before I can even get that full thought out. I was like, God, touch me and get me out of here. Yeah. And that's the last I remember being out. I just remember seeing my mother standing there. And I got tubes down my throat and everything, so I can't talk. And I'm trying to tell her, Mom, curse the devil and make his works go against him. I'm thinking I'm in a voodoo hospital in my mind. I don't know where my mind formulated all this from. But this voodoo hospital was in the back of a party store in my mind. Dang. So I'm like, Mom, get me out. So she can't understand me, so I'm getting frustrated. She's like, baby, calm down. So I just said, forget it. You know, I just dozed back off or whatever. And when they finally got the tubes out of me or whatever, I was telling her, I said, Mom, I'm trying to tell you, curse the negative energy in this place because it's not good energy. She was like, what are you talking about? I said, Mom, where are we? She was like, we at the hospital. I was like, this is a voodoo hospital, right? She was like, what are you talking about? So I leaned back and I kind of looked out the window a little bit, and I was like, it's a big hospital. Where are we? I said, Mom, where we at? She said, we in Beaumont Royal Oak in the ICU. Like, what are you talking about? I said, well, where's the African guy that threatened me? She better bring his money back. She better bring money back. And she was like, babe, what African are you talking about? She said, I've only seen one black person, and he wasn't that dark. She was like, there's no Africans here. I was like, Mom. So I was like, you know what? Just forget it. She said, babe, listen, you were out of it. You don't know what you're talking about. I was ready to go. I was like, come on, we about to. But that little 6 days, I had to learn how to walk again. I'm thinking I'm just gonna get up. I couldn't hold the phone. Couldn't even put a spoonful of ice chips in my mouth. I had to get all that stuff back. It's crazy, man. Just that little bit of time. End up with a pressure sore on the back of my neck, like a bed sore type of thing. Just 6 days, man. It was crazy. But
that was like the worst time ever in our marriage, our relationship.
I call for his hand to touch me, whatever. Because I'm like, Satan trying not to let me see
for sure.
the rest of my life.
Sure.
It must be beautiful, and he don't want me to see it, but I call it the hand of God.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
Come on.
Yeah. Can't beat that. But you got to be programmed. Like me, every single day, I'm listening to word. Every single day. I don't miss a day. When I wake up in the morning. Even now, like it's one pastor, Bill Winston. I watch him every single day. My 3-year-old be like, that's Bill Winston. Like, exactly. So, like, he knows, but I don't play around when it comes to God, man. And everybody else that love God, if I find out, if I just hear somebody randomly talking about God, I'd be like, we related. They be like, how? I'd be like, we related through God. I don't play around. Like, if you love God, you my family. If you don't, we can go to war. That's just how it is with me, you know? So, yeah. It was crazy, but it was great that I'm here now.
Man.
I was tearing up over there. I didn't expect that because I know we had a conversation when I had kind of walked in. You was like telling me a little bit, but that was a lot. That was a lot, especially having like the kids and then you was a single mama for 6 days.
I didn't get out of the hospital until I told her
like
she was handling stuff. I'm like, God, I'm like, man, my wife.
A lot of people, you know, most people, you know, if you were not intermediate family, and even a couple of times I would see somebody would call his phone a few times. I would say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. He didn't fall off the face of the earth, but I didn't talk about it with anybody.
Right.
But that was coping for me. You know, if I tell everybody, I don't want people worrying about me. I don't like people, you know. And I appreciate it because people could just be like, hey, we don't care, you know. Like, but, you know, I just, in order for me to get through it and to, you know, figure everything out, I just had to get through it. But family, our village, everybody just took care of it. My children, I think probably going back and forth into the hospital because hospitals are so germy, they end up getting sick. So when I had to do an event, my dad said, hey, I'm just gonna keep doing it. And they love it there. But people just looked out in so many ways. People I didn't even expect to, calling every day, texting every day, just making sure that he was okay. And, you know, that meant so much. But it's just, you know, when the unexpected happens, you know, God shows up. Yeah. Even if it's not even what you know, how you expected it to go or whatever. But I hate how it had to happen. But I appreciated the down because of so many things. Number one, I remember we told him, hey, listen, these people were praying for you. These people showed up. These people checked on you. These people came to see you. And he was like, moved to tears, like, y'all had so many people, or, you know, so many people cared. And I'm like, do you know who you are?
Contacted me. My cousin lived in Germany. He's a deacon. He had churches over there praying for me. I checked, first of all, my messages. By the time I got to my phone, I had so many. I'm still responding
to messages
from September, bro.
Yes.
Like,
we're in
I just couldn't do it all. It was like 600-700 messages in my text messages. Then I went into my Facebook and my Messenger. It was like 600 or something. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. But I just couldn't believe it. Then when I would talk to people around, like, hey man, look, man, I had you on my church list praying. I had this many people praying. We had these people praying. And I'm just like, Lord, bless, like, just to be loved like that. Yeah. I was crying, you know, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy, but it's a blessing, man. So tell people, man, stay tapped in, because God gonna make sure you're good. Children of God should never suffer. We don't have to suffer because He gave us the power, He gave us dominion and authority over all things in this earth, and we can decree things with our mouth as long as we believe. That's what God is when you believe. Because you can say all day long, man, I'm gonna be rich, and be doubting in your mind every day because it's a struggle. If you say you're gonna be rich and you believe and you know it, it's coming. Yeah. I live my life just like everything that I say I want, everything that I say I'm going to accomplish, I do because I know that God gave me the power to do so. He got it. So I don't worry. And every single day I wake up like, okay, I'm going to enjoy this day the best I can. Like, I don't have sorrowful days and stuff like that. When I came home from the hospital, it took me a minute to get over what happened. Like, I was fighting Satan. Yeah. He was, every day I wake up like, man, am I going to die today? Yeah. Crazy stuff. So I had to fight him out of my mind. And you can't fight him by yourself. So you got to call on God. You got to get that word in there. So I had to do that. And just happy she was taking care of my business because when I came to, I'm always thinking business or whatever. Yeah. I had a legal shield bonus on deck. So I'm like, man, I got this $45 bonus. Like,
what day is it?
Sir.
So I'm trying to get to the thing, like, why you keep messing with the phone? Like, I need to call Cliff. I need to find out about my bonus. She said, boy, I already talked to him. I'm like, oh. I just sat back and I'm like, she took care of everything. Like, for real, everything.
True help.
And that's how she do with business at home and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't have complaints. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't have complaints. She got her own attitude or whatever, but I just ignore it. Yeah. Today, she said something, I just laughed. Yeah. She'd talk to me like I'm one of the kids. Oh. You better go move this. And I just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Dang.
Whatever.
Kind of touch on like like having kids now, still running the store, still going out doing your thing.
It's a lot. Our kids aren't in daycare. So,
Daddy daycare.
Thankfully, I have
thank God that I got my own brand. And Legal Shield. Legal Shield came in right after Ant was born, my first son. Right after he was born, he was born in September. April came around. I got into Legal Shield. To me, God delivered it to me like this because I never have to leave my kids, and I still make money, good money. And I never have to budge out of my comfort zone.
Businesses.
Like right now, while we're doing this,
right?
Somebody can text me right now, like, hey man, I do want to sign the Legal Shield. You sent me the video yesterday. I can do it right here as we're speaking, and it'll take 3 minutes, and I know I got a deposit coming tomorrow from that.
So easy work, passive.
Simple.
Graphic work on the computer, store runs itself. It's a lot, but for me, even last year, I would see a lot of entrepreneurs, they say Monday I want to quit, Tuesday I never was a quitter. I'm not a quitter as a person anyway. But when it came to my business, I always wanted to slowly scale and figure things out. However, I never wanted to quit until last year. Last year I was like, I told him, I said, I don't know if I want to continue this. It was just a lot. We have the boys are 2 years, they're 22 months apart. And we're active with them, teaching them things. And you only have 24 hours in a day. I want to be an awesome mom, wife, chef, cleaner lady, and business owner. And I wear all of these hats. And I accept it. Every day, I'm going to be greater at one thing than another. Yeah. Today, I might have been the most awesome wife. And tomorrow is going to be the most awesome mom. And then the next day, I need him to take over a little bit so I can really focus on these business things. So just trying to find that balance, trying to figure out your groove again, and then starting it again, pregnant, then having the baby, taking time off. It's just every day getting up and choosing, how well can today go? How much can I get done?
I get teased. But, oh my God. They be like, hey, Dad, Mom. Because she has bingo to host, events to host. It'd be day parties, all this stuff. So she's gone getting that money. Yeah. I'm not going to be like, babe, this is crazy. I ain't got time to be like
Exactly. 100%.
So sometimes my daughter will say, Dad, I'm going to come watch the boys. Go chill out. She's like, because she be mad like, y'all leave Daddy alone. Y'all leave Daddy alone. I'm like, they babies. What do you want? Because they drive me up a wall. But I love them. There's nothing I can do but love them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But see,
So,
he's a jungle gym for real.
yeah, I just lay on the floor and they jump on me, and I'll go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then they'll wake me up. The little one come, Dad, wake up. And then the older one want to poke my eyes. Dad, look at me. I'm like, hey, what do y'all want? As long as I don't smell fire, I don't care. Y'all just go. I'll clean up whatever y'all break the tear. Just leave me alone.
Yeah. Gotta get your rest on.
That's it.
Okay.
But it's just every day. You just got to figure out, you know, and communication, of course. You always hear, okay, communication's key. But it truly is because, you know, we have shared calendars. If he has a doctor appointment, he has to go somewhere, do anything, we have to let each other know so we can plan our day around that. You know what I'm saying? If I need to be gone, you know, I know I'm going to, you know, my event is from 3 to 6. Okay, so this is where I'll be this day. So don't schedule any calls or anything, you know, around this time. The more we communicate, the easier, you know, everything goes. So
Koolade, talk to me about what made you want to open up a store.
Well, this is actually my. I'm not gonna include Bob's in the story. I mean, I guess. So this will be
Pop it.
1, 2. My 4th location.
Okay.
I had a location on 6 Mile in Mansfield back in like 2002, 2003, something like that. Then I moved. Then I just was online from that point, and then I was just doing pop-ups everywhere. Then I ended up getting the store in Midtown.
Okay.
That's when I opened up on Woodward. And then once I got out of there, my lease was up, and we moved down to where Bob's Classic Kicks is. He let us move into that space.
Okay.
So we took the front part of the store, and he had the rest of the store because it was kind of empty in the front anyway. So he just let us, you know, pay him to get that space. And then a friend of hers had a clothing store next door, and she was like, "No, the photography studio next door is moving out." And she sent us, you know, the number or whatever. We contacted the landlord and got in. Because for me, yeah, AYV is a clothing brand, but I'm not just trying to sell clothes.
Right.
This is not a hustle.
Right.
I already know that when people come in here, the music that they hear is part of the brand.
Yeah.
You know, the way the store smells is part of the brand.
Yeah.
The smile, the way I talk, the way whoever's working that day. Like I tell our employees, like, listen, somebody come in, chop it up with them.
Yeah.
You know? We don't put prices on the stuff because now the customer has to talk to us. They can't just look at something and walk out and go, how much is this? Hey, So you're selling experience. You're selling, you know, you're selling feeling, vibes, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what a location is awesome for.
Okay.
So I always want to have a location, you know, because you can buy something online or whatever. But yeah, I bought something I like it. But if you come in and like, yo, that spot was dope. Like, man, I was listening to this music in there, and they gave me some chips or, you know, whatever it may be. You sell that experience, and that's super important to building a brand. And a lot of people need to get that. But if anybody's watching this and you got a brand or whatever, don't just jump out there and do it though. Don't just jump out and get a location, because build up first. And I was on the phone with one of my fellow associates today. She has a brand, and I was telling her, like, listen, don't think about location or anything like that until people are coming to you. Like, what are you dropping next?
Right.
Where's the next thing? You know, you don't want to build with a location because that's a lot of money that you're spending on the location, and you may not get rid of this stuff. So I say just work on marketing, promo, things like that. I say because really, the clothes not even important once you start your brand. Once you start, you need to market. You can not ever have anything. You can just create a logo, trademark your logo, and start promoting that logo.
Right.
When I was in college, I learned in one of my marketing classes. They was like, gave us these little projects or whatever. What I did, I took the logo that they gave me and printed it out on a bunch of pieces of paper and cut it to little squares. And I dropped them everywhere on campus. I was walking around, everywhere I walked, I would just drop handfuls of it. So people were seeing the logo everywhere. The professor was like, as soon as we came in, it was like 2 weeks later, the professor came in and was like, Mr. Temple, can I talk to you? I'm like, what? He was like, you are killing this. I'm like, what? He said, you know how many times people have talked about this logo that you're dropping around on the ground? And he was like, they went to the department head. I had to let them know that was part of my project, and they're mad because there's so much of this stuff. So I overdid it, but it worked. So just get it to people, get it in their faces, get them familiar. It's just like when you're watching a boxing match. The time clock got a Pepsi logo on there. You wonder why you want a Pepsi.
True.
Simple stuff. Get the mind. The money coming later.
Yeah.
Get people's minds. That's why I want to make people comfortable when they come in here and happy and smile and all that kind of stuff. Just give them an experience. They'll come back and spend money.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just what it is.
Also, you need to see how stuff fits and feels. I
Yeah.
like to personally, I have a curvy shape, so I don't. Sometimes I might need a medium, sometimes I might need a large. You know, you have to see how things go. So if I order something and it's too small, now I have to send it back, wait for the new one to come back.
And
I
men
feel
don't
like
do
all
that.
that. Yeah,
No.
like let me
I got
go
stuff
try
at home
it
that
on.
I'll never wear it. I'm not sending back.
Same
Hoarder.
way.
You're a
Same
hoarder.
way.
That's why I'm
Same
a hoarder.
So I gotta have my fellas, come on in, try it on. and
Yeah.
Go ahead and take it. But
Yeah.
I'm not sending stuff back and all that. Nah.
Too much.
Okay. So we're gonna switch off a little bit. So Mel, tell me how you came into like the radio game, the hosting, and everything like that.
Ooh, so as a kid, I always knew I wanted to do radio and television. Both sides of my family are outgoing, so everybody loves to have fun and make jokes and stuff like that. So I'm not a comedian, but I'm pretty witty, and I'll talk to anybody. And I was like that as a kid. I really wasn't shy. I was outgoing, blah blah blah. So in church, I would practice, public speaking. We would do the youth programs and stuff like that. They would pick a kid to do each part of the programs. Let's just say 4 or 5 kids to do each part. They got to a point where they were just like, Melody can do it all. My name would be on the whole youth part because other kids were shy. So that's just been my personality. And I was just talking about this a couple months ago. I did a pageant and I won Miss Personality in this pageant. My great grandmother and my great great grandmother were there. And I was upset because I didn't win first place, but I won Miss Personality. And grandmas doing what grandmas do, but this has stuck with me so many years later. Having personality, these are things that money cannot buy.
Right.
Some people just have it. Some people just got this. They're, the je ne sais quoi. Like, that kind of stuff, nobody can buy. So, fast forward, I remember, oh Lord, back in the day, pressing the record button and the other button together so you can record on videotapes. And I would record myself doing live breaks like I was on the radio. I remember practicing in the mirror like I would, do commercials and stuff like that. So I did go to radio and TV school. I graduated from Specs Howard. Went on and got my degree after that. But I was outside. So so I saw an opportunity. You could make money by promoting parties. Okay. So started promoting parties. I heard, different people will host the party. And I'm like, I can do that. So it really wasn't a lot of girls doing hosting back then. Okay. So when I did say, I want to do this, I got some pushback. Like, let the guys do it. And I'm like, no, I know I can do it better than them. So I'm going to go ahead and do this thing. So I did. And that was it. I just figured out, I always know I love to entertain and love to host people at my home. And it kind of translates into the party, party game. Mm-hmm. People want to come and have a good time. That's all they care about. We're here from 10 to 2 or whatever the time is. People are here for a good time and they want to get home safely. Yeah. That's it. So I knew I wanted to plant roots because when it comes to radio and television, people want to see you. They want to see the experience. Mm-hmm. You can say you can do something, but then you get there and then you can't. If I'm already out here, I'm already doing these things, I feel like these things will all tie together, and it did kind of work in a way. So I remember auditioning for a position on 105 on the Bounce, and I didn't get that position, but the PD said, I don't have that space, but I'm going to create a space and get you in here. So pandemic happened, we got laid off from that, and later, they switched PDs, but they needed somebody for 105.9 KISS. Immediately called me. I started doing that station on my mom's birthday, and it was up after that. So they did lay us off. Radio was crazy, and times are changing, but between that, those stations and all the other things that I've done, I'm excited for what's next. Don't ask me exactly what that is yet, but it will be great because God has never taken something from me and didn't replace it with something better. So I'm excited to see what all that's gonna look like.
That's what's up. Do you got like a memorable story that like kind of sticks out, where something maybe I won't even necessarily say crazy, but something that took place that wasn't supposed to take place, and you had to pivot and still get the job done?
Well, wow. Okay, so a couple years ago, Kim did a back-to-back show at Shane Park.
Okay.
You know, Detroit loves some Kim, baby. Okay, they don't play about Kim. They're gonna sell that show out every time. So, the first show he performed with Tamia, and I don't remember who else. And the second show was with Kendrick the Family Soul.
Okay.
My cousin had a boat, so you know, anytime a concert was happening, we'd go on the boat, enjoy the concert. You know, right on the river, cool. I mixed up the days, but always in divine order.
Yeah.
I told my cousin, let's go Friday. I meant Saturday so I could see Kendrick the Family Soul because we love us some Kendrick the Family Soul.
Yeah.
But we told him Friday, we had to stick with Friday. We went, we enjoyed the concert, great. The next night, my coworker was supposed to host the concert, same concert. And I was like, dang, I'm gonna miss that concert, but whatever. I was at the store, sitting here, holding a t-shirt in my hand. I get a call. Where are you? And I'm like, I'm at my store. Can you host the concert tonight? And I'm like, yes. And at the time, we only had my one son.
Okay.
And so I looked at my husband. I said, they're asking, can I host it? And he's already like, whatever it is, go. Like,
Yeah, that's what's up.
He's my biggest supporter.
Yeah.
But so not only did I get to enjoy the concert, I got to host that concert. And they called me minutes before it happened.
Wow.
So I had to put my whatever I was holding down, get dressed, ran, and it was one of the best shows I've ever done. Show went smooth. Kim is always, you know, he's always great, but stuff like that, you know, when you're in the entertainment industry, you gotta stay ready. You ain't got time to get ready, you know, however that looks, and it was so much fun. DJ Steady Rock was on stage, of course, that's my guy. He has helped shape my career as far as like doing events. I'm the only, I think I'm still the only at this point, host with a drop. You know, when you go to the club and you hear like, you know, DJ Full Films, like, I'm the only person still, and it's like, you know, I have a drop. He made that drop.
Yeah.
Many years ago, like, geez, like 10, 12 years ago. And
You
I'm
still
just
use
like,
it.
still using it. You know, every DJ that I work with has it, you know, but just marketing always standing out. Like, these things have always, you know, just figuring it out. That's always been what I did, so.
All right, cool. All right, so now we're going to get to this game. It's called Pick One.
Uh-oh.
But before we get to this game, I got to ask you one more question. Well, I'm going to ask both of y'all this. How many shoes do y'all have in total? That's all I know.
We have hundreds of shoes.
Personally, I have about, I think, like 260 pair at this point.
260 pair of shoes? I thought I was doing something. Sheesh, 200.
And you are, shoot.
Man.
You got a problem too.
He got, that's.
She make me, now I have to give away shoes before I can buy them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my little brother,
never met
he
you
wears
yet.
the same size I wear. So I have some shoes I may have wore once, or may not even got to or whatever. They come through. Last time he came through, I gave him 8 pair. So I looked at her, I said, these are 8.
And I bet you they all clean too.
So I can
All of them.
I'm like, I can get 8 new ones.
And
So
you're
that's
at
why
your 8.
these Air Force Ones just came in. She's like, nah. That's only number 5. So I'm still good at 3 more. So.
What's your favorite shoe to wear?
My favorite shoe to wear, Air Maxes.
Air Max.
Well, no, Vapor Maxes.
Vapor Max.
Yeah, that's the most comfortable shoe ever created. It's
Okay.
like, because I got a knee issue. When I wear my Vapor Maxes, I never feel it. So yeah, that's the it's all air on the body. There's nothing better than the Vapor Max. Man.
Air Max. I don't know how many shoes I have. I just don't have a lot of shoes. Because, you know, versus him, he has, you know, he collects sneakers. I don't consider myself a sneakerhead. I just like dope shoes. So I don't care if it's a heel, a boot. If it's dope, I want it. But so I'm not sure. Definitely over 100 pairs. But as far as the most comfortable sneaker, Air Max me down. Air Max me down. Yes.
And I don't collect hype shoes either.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm a real collector. Like,
Okay.
We don't have any Panda Dunks in our home. Period.
No Panda Dunks.
But you know what? If I can grab a pair, I will. Because I collect shoes that I like. Like, I got stuff like shell toe. Like, a lot of people don't wear shell toes.
Yeah.
They did
I
one
got
where
some dope shell
They did
toe.
one where they mixed the shell toe and the Patrick Ewing. I got those.
Okay.
You know, I got
You have a
Pumas.
collection.
I got like D and Ricky Pumas. A lot of people may not even know who D and Ricky are, but I got D and Ricky Pumas at the crib. Like, stuff like that. Like, I got stuff.
So like, are you, like all your shoes, are they in like boxes, containers? Like how
They're still in boxes, but we're transitioning to the open, what do you call it? You know, those containers they open.
Yeah.
And I wish somebody from Adidas could see this. Strengthen y'all boxes, man. I'm tired of y'all messing my stacks up.
Adidas definitely has the worst shoe box.
Flimsy boxes, man. All that money we spend on these shoes, and y'all can't. Come on, now fix
They
the
definitely have
boxes.
worse. They definitely
fix
have
the
worse.
boxes.
Please. Because I do like to keep my boxes.
Yeah.
I have everything. All my closets have to be color coordinated.
Your closet?
Man.
Yes.
So his shoes
He
a
doesn't
thing,
want
but
me
your
to
color
touch.
coordination is a thing.
First of all, his shoes are across from my shoes, and they just look like a cluster F because. but he noticed how I have my shoes, all of the J, all of the New Balance, all of the Puma,
I tried that.
everything, and he so his look better now because I
tried,
can't
but I
look like
can't
that.
do it like that.
Yeah.
But that's to me how I can find something. If I know okay, I'm wearing lilac today, what shoes do I have with lilac in it? Boom. I have those Air Maxes. Boom. I have those Timberlands. Boom. I have this. So I can go find the Timberlands. If you have 10 Timberlands spread throughout, so now you up here. I don't have time.
I see what you're saying.
So
I gotta go
with
to
my closet.
Yeah, sometimes I'll find the shoe that I'm like, I could have wore this.
Yeah.
But I don't have time. I'm not gonna stay in there all this time. I just gotta real quick, like, look, I'm looking at the colors on the boxes. All right, whatever.
And then they make up the colors. Like, how am I supposed to know what Sky Horizon is? Like, man, what is this? Like, the names don't always match the bottom. Like, so I need to see the boxes as is. But my closet is stuff like the clothes hanging. That has been color coordinated for over 25 years.
Dang.
Like, I have my stuff. Everybody knows. Do not stick no red shirt in my blue section. Like, that's going to no more wire hanger me.
Right.
Like,
Oh my God.
I don't, but I need to be able to find what I'm looking for. Okay, this row, these things are here. The black section, like, no, you can find things. If everything is just mixed, like, it was making itch.
So you organize. That's what I get from that.
Halfway, yeah.
Okay.
It's either organized chaos or it's completely organized. But yes, colors, I don't play about those. I need to see what I have. Everything's folded in that way. I organize his stuff. I'll go, okay, let's put all of your camo pants. This is the camo section. Here's your denim bar. Here is all of these things.
I can't keep it like that, so I'll just be.
Yeah, exactly.
I move these pants to get this.
But what are we saying?
I might put them back over here.
Yeah.
His weaknesses, I just strengthen those.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't know why men don't ever want to put their clothes in the hamper. Like, you this close to the hamper, I just.
The floor is right here.
Yeah.
Make the pile.
That's quicker.
Make the pile. You don't have them everywhere, but you got to keep a little pile. That way you grab
So you
the
still
pile,
got a section.
throw it over the balcony down there.
Yeah.
Get
He
in the
handles his
washroom.
business. I scoop them up and put them where they go
Put them in there.
when I make the bed. But why?
Nothing wrong with that. All right, so we're gonna go into this game. So this is I call it pick one.
Okay.
So I'll give y'all two things. Y'all pick one, and then just kind of explain the reason behind it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing would be, and I know this will probably be easy: fresh kicks or a statement jacket.
Kicks for me.
Jacket for me.
Yeah, you just
Why you
talked
say
about
jacket?
that yesterday.
I am, yes, baby. I'm a Detroit girl till I die. I love a jacket, okay? A jacket can be the fit. You can have, I don't even have to open the jacket. If I got a coat on, that's it. A belt, whatever. But you can have more of those things than shoes. You don't even have to have as many shoes because if you got the basics, a black, a brown, or whatever, throw that on. Dope ass jacket. Boom, set.
Okay.
Throw some glasses on, throw a lip on, swoop the edges, outfit.
And for me, it's kind of self-explanatory. I done pulled off fits where I remember I went on we went to Cedar Point the summer we were going. I went to Target and I grabbed some green shorts, an orange t-shirt, but I had these Jordans. And this was before, Jordan always been a big deal, before the hype beats got on Jordan.
Okay.
So people like, dang man, you killing them today. I'm like, yeah, it's just the shoe.
Target fit.
It's the shoe.
Yeah.
Because most of these guys, they run around with they might have on the coldest Jordans you've seen, but got on some Jordan Craig pants. We all know Jordan Craig pants in the Chinese store. Like that's not, it's nothing. and then, but they may think they killing them.
Yeah.
But I'm looking like, you know, nice shoes.
Right.
Because that fit, I know clothes.
Yeah.
But other people like, oh, this, man, that nigga the sweetest thing. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's always the shoe.
How you put it
For the guy.
Yeah.
It's like for the women, they can do a little bit anything. For the guy, your shoe game has to be right.
Yeah.
I done seen guys walk past and think they was a foot Gucci and everything,
Shoes
but the
terrible.
shoes not. Yeah,
Or it don't match
females
the
like
fit.
that. Terrible.
That was
This
a
is like
dirty
high end
shoelaces.
throw
Dirty
up. Yeah. They don't clean the stuff. Like your shoe game got to be right.
Yeah.
It's important. The shoe.
Would you want to collab with your idol or own a dream creative space?
Collab. I can work anywhere.
Okay.
My couch. If an idea comes, I'll sit down and do it. I don't have, but he,
Creative space.
yeah, he's
Because
so.
I would love to do something with
Yeah.
Ralph. But just give me the dream creative space.
Yeah.
I can take Ralph out the game, but you can just give me.
Take him out.
Nah, Ralph can't get out the game. Ralph
He on
is
this
the
Kanye.
game.
That's
Yeah,
Kanye right there.
I'm telling you, man. It's just Ralph is the guy.
Yeah.
So, 1 million followers but no real fans, or 10K diehard supporters.
Die
10K.
hard.
Okay.
Die hard supporters.
Followers is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Flop.
I see too many people with a bunch of followers and they
Can't
have
sell a dang
absolutely
on
nothing.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you got all them followers for what?
Yeah. People buy them too.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, that's it.
But the
Them
whole,
diehards.
we always say, if social media would crash for a week,
Mhm.
I want it to.
so people can get back to reality, like, social media have you just thinking things that just are not really true.
Right.
Your thoughts are now inflated and you're moving different. This is not reality. This is
Yeah.
everybody's highlight reel and
Right.
whatever
Right,
lies
so
they
we
decide
all
to
know
post.
people that we know that don't have money.
Man.
They, lifestyle all trash.
Man.
But if you go to their Instagram, it's only when they go out to get something to eat.
Yeah.
Only when they with their cousin that got the beans. Only when they at the club with their homegirl who got a birthday party now. So now they do, you know what I'm saying? But it's like
That's their highlight.
Yeah.
all this fake. I'm just, and I've been around long enough to see before and after. Because back in the day, when I came up, I was a cool guy.
Yeah.
Cause you had to be cool for real.
Yeah.
You couldn't act like it.
Yeah.
Like these people now, like even some of the older people that my age, I be like, dude, you dressing like one of them 20-year-old niggas trying to fit in. You don't have to do that.
Lost, man.
Be you.
Mhm.
They're gonna want to be you if you
Yeah.
just be you.
Yeah.
But people, it's just whack out here.
The road less traveled is always where you want to be.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Not looking like the clones and
Right.
the trends. A lot of stuff is here today, gone tomorrow. Like
Mhm.
I like classics. Me and him were just talking about coats, a week or two ago. I love a good coat because number one, it's gonna last, it's good quality.
Yeah.
Number two, if it's classic, nobody's gonna see me pull this coat out and be like, that coat is from. They can tell you exactly what year because that was trending and now
Right.
it's off.
Yeah.
So it should have been in the Salvation Army. You know what I mean? Like fast and stuff like that. Like I still have a Sean John coat.
Mm.
Baby, I bought this coat at Northland when I worked there. So that was probably 2009, 10, 11, whatever.
Yeah.
Years ago. If I put this coat on right now, everybody that I walk past is like, oh, that coat is so dope. Because it's a dope piece.
Yeah.
If you shop pieces and not shop mannequins, and I don't even want to say mannequins because my mannequin be fly. So I hate people who say, like, the mannequins, my mannequin be fly. But...
I make sure
But-
man stay fresh.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just about how you put things together, and it's about how you do. Like if you have style,
Mhm.
style is whether it's $5, $500, or $5,000, it's gonna be dope.
And I go back to all these people running around with these high-end brands on still looking like trash.
Trash
Yeah.
Just because it costs a lot don't mean it means
doesn't
nothing.
make you fresh.
Just like for instance, I've
I
never
ain't
been
fresh.
with the,
No,
I've never been with the tight pants on guys thing. That's just not my thing. You know,
Right.
back in the 80s, our stuff was kind of fitted tight. They didn't
Yeah.
make baggy pants.
Yeah.
But now, why are your pants skin tight? So, a guy that I know, he came in here a couple weeks ago, and we was talking clothes, and I was like, "Dog, remember just 4 years ago,
Yeah.
you had them skin tight pants on with them big clunky Balenciaga shoes.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, dog. So I was like, you don't remember? So I pulled the picture and I always mess with him.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, dog, I don't want to see that, man. It looks stupid. I said, it looked stupid back then. What?
Yeah.
The look is no different.
No, it's not.
You was buying into that trend looking stupid like everybody else.
Yeah.
Instead of playing it classy and just doing it, dog. Yeah, man. Listen.
What
I can do
cracks
this
me
all
up,
day
what
long.
snatches my buzz, is when
That
you
what
know
snatches
it's
my
ugly.
buzz.
You know it's ugly, but it's because it's expensive, so you're buying it anyway.
Yeah.
But you don't like it. That's the sign of a follower.
Yeah.
And that's cool for somebody, but
Yeah.
not for me and mine.
Yeah,
I'll just say that. Because you don't even really like it. Y'all let these folks play in your face like you don't even think it's sweet. If it was in Walmart, to me, if something is fly, again, no, whatever price point it is,
Right.
you'll buy it.
Yeah.
If you're only buying it because it has the name, just like them Asics, everybody, the girls, because girls are a little bit different, we'll buy it and make it fly because it's cute. We're gonna wear whatever is cute. Some people are only getting these things because they now cost $1,100.
Yeah. Because
You
when
know what you can do with $1,100?
that
Like,
part. The kids, it's the kids.
Come
It's
on.
kids for the most part. Like the
no.
Oh, y'all see adults with them?
The adults try to be them. It's just,
yeah.
It's like,
And
that's
that's
not
the,
what you're
blind
supposed to
leading the
do.
blind. Now you got kids
When we
in
was
high
young, we
school.
wanted to be the older cats that had all the
Man.
money that was fly. Like, that's what we
Man.
wanted. Now, it's the other way around. Like, the older trying to be young, don't try to be that.
Exactly.
Be you. They're
Exactly.
going to get to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I tell, like, all the young guys that come in. I might not have them tight pants you want, but I do got some cargos you can throw on with this t-shirt, this cold cardigan, or this denim jacket.
Yeah.
With some J's or whatever it is.
Yeah.
When you take your girl out, now you looking clean. You ain't looking like the 100 people that's around.
The same.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's what it's all about. But
That's
like I
what
said,
we
AYV is the cool guy in high school.
Yeah.
So
That's what we're the same. We always like to stand out and look different. We never want to blend in.
Yeah.
And that also, I feel like, has given us success because there are other people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you are, whatever you're into, if you're selling something, there's somebody that likes it. Don't go
Whole
to what's
demographic.
trending. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm a quirky girl. I love roses and prints and textiles and stuff like that. There are other people who like me, and this is why they buy, things from me. Because I appeal to those people.
Right.
I won't appeal to everybody, and you never will.
Yeah.
But there are people that will appreciate what you have, the way that you do it.
Right.
So focus on those. Focus on that 10,000 instead of 1 million people who are just,
So then let me ask y'all this. Who do you see in the industry that impresses you guys when they are actually dressed?
Man, for a while, Fabulous was the freshest nigga in the world. He started letting her put some stuff on that I don't know, like the see-through shirts, the ankle bracelets, but Fab, man.
His style evolved. Like I remember when he used to wear like the big long
Just the
jerseys and
Yeah, but even back then, that was the thing.
Yeah, it
He
was.
the freshest
Yeah.
nigga back doing
Yeah.
it then, but yeah, Fabulous. I came in another person that hurt my soul. For real, man.
he passionate about this.
Yeah,
He passionate.
man.
don't make us
For real.
started, please.
For real, hurt my soul.
For real?
man.
Oh.
Yeah, he wearing all this girly stuff and
Yeah,
all that. I'm
yeah.
just like, come on.
My husband is a
man.
manly man.
Yeah.
Nah,
Which I
God,
love.
Hurts my soul.
So he don't
Yeah.
like all that.
Yeah. You niggas carrying bags like no.
Oh, no.
No man.
Nah.
Okay, look, I'm gonna
What's
look.
in the- I always ask, what's in your purse?
This the camera straight on.
Oh, go to this one. This your tighter. This tighter right here.
If you're a man, don't carry nothing but a backpack, a duffel bag, a computer messenger bag, or a briefcase. I don't want to see no purses, no cross the chest, none of that. We are supposed to carry backpacks, duffel bags, messenger bags, or briefcases. That is it. If you got too much stuff, leave some of the stuff at home.
Yeah.
Get you some cargo pants.
What's
We
in
got it
your
all day
purse?
long.
What's in the purse? That's all I want to know. Everybody don't have a bankroll, and that's
Nah.
okay. But all of this, it can't fit in my pocket. Well, if your pockets were not skin tight, I'm sure you're really good there.
Oh, you saying? Oh, it makes sense. It
Back
makes
to the
sense.
head.
There you go.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's not
Then you
making sense.
shouldn't
Like,
have
what
a
were
purse.
you using before this became a thing?
Man.
Yeah,
Did you just take less money?
They
out?
weren't
Like,
carrying wallets.
it's sad. Man.
I don't like all that. Like,
It's sad.
No, that do make sense though. It makes sense now if you think about it. Tight pants can't put nothing in it. Okay, let's design
Carry
something we
a
can
purse.
strap across.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, let's,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, to me, all that's corny, man.
Yeah.
Just be.
Yeah.
Just be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Man.
I can't.
All right.
I get frustrated for real.
He He's like, cut it, in this, right? Nah. He gonna be like, everybody just leave. I got something to say. Nah, but so like last question I want to ask, as far as like within the pick ones game, if you guys had grills, would it be a gold grill or a diamond grill?
Gold.
Gold, for sure.
Gold. I don't even like. Oh,
the diamond thing is.
It's getting a little cheese. It get a little cheese. But this is how I feel about Cuban links.
Yeah.
I don't like the studded out Cuban link. I think it looks cheesy. I think it looks it cheapens it. Yeah. I'm a '90s girl. Like, give me a hair bow. Give me the rope. Like those simple things. Like, and there's so many to me. The grills are just doper when they're simpler. But I also have my real teeth, so I guess
And that's just like with a Rolex.
Yeah.
Don't go icing no Rolex. I'll keep it.
Them ain't Rolex diamonds.
Like this is, and this is what I try to tell. Like for me, success. Just say for instance, okay, what's a good easy day? Okay, we go, and I'm just gonna say like I got all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Me and her, we hop in the Ferrari. We go over to the little private club. Go out there, play some tennis, drink some champagne afterwards. You know what I'm saying? After that, go home, get showered, go out and get a little something to eat. Plain Rolexes, things like that. We don't. But you ask the average person, shoot, iced out this, ice chain, my I got Cardi's on with diamonds here. For what? Yeah. Who are you doing this for? Because when you think about it, a woman, she'll see something like that, and you start looking like a target to her. Man. Because you're definitely a target to the wolves. They looking like, oh, we gonna catch it. But then she looking like, dang, I'm gonna know how much money he has spent. Yeah. She can't even like the you. Cause
but
you got a heel all this
like, just gold diggers. Well, you look like you got a shovel. Like, what you expecting?
Exactly.
Also, I grew up in the era, we partied in the era where they were snatching Cardi's left and right.
Oh, yeah, State Theater. Remember State Theater?
Club Blue, the apartment. Just walking down
St. Andrews.
All of it.
Yeah.
People were getting
killed.
I don't want anything. I would rather have these glasses that cost me a grip, and you don't know what they are.
Some of the rappers in Detroit used to be out there snatching
stuff.
So,
I saw a guy, he was on my timeline. He said, I just want to admit I was one of those guys who used to snatch stuff. Like, bro, like, I don't want to be with somebody that could put me in danger. I want to feel protected.
Yeah.
When they say provide and protect, put me in somebody who's going to protect me. And yes, okay, I can have my stuff on and I got my whatever. It doesn't take the biggest and baddest in the room to take you out.
Right.
They just got to catch you slipping.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have to be faster than you. They don't have to have a bigger gun than you or whatever. None of that. They just got to catch you slipping. And they can do that unarmed.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So,
100%.
it will just, with maturity, people will see and you see people. But I peeped up a long time, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I've never liked guys in tight pants. It's so funny how, I'm the same, but I've evolved in certain ways.
Yeah.
I am the same homegirl I've always been. I like things classic. I like, show out. Let's have fun, but be mindful.
Right.
Everybody knows I don't even drink heavy. I might not even drink at all if I'm hosting an event. Yeah. I wouldn't. But also, if I do drink, baby, come 1:30 when I got to count my money, I'm very sober. Let me let you know. Because I need to know, is the business being handled right? It's always gonna be that with me because I've seen so many things happen. I've seen, I've just seen the worst. I've walked out of clubs and somebody's laying in the street because he got jumped for his shoes, his glasses, or something silly like that. It's just not that deep. Like, let's be mindful. Let's party
show
hard.
Everybody what you got.
Yeah, like people will follow you home.
Oh, yeah.
I've circled my
like I got on a G-Shock. I wear a G-Shock still.
Oh, I love a G-Shock.
People be like, man, it's a G-Shock.
I love a G-Shock.
$120. That's all this costs. Exactly. But I'm still gonna be fresh to them.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
With the G-Shock to make you even ask me because like, yo, what is that? You still wear G-Shock? Yeah, I sure do. I like Tally and Twine, this black watch company. I love them. Got several of those, And the Rolex, like to me, I see, especially the younger generation. I understand that because back in the day, we used to Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all that stuff. We didn't take it to the extreme they do now because like that's all they want to wear.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's like when you are out here, you have on Gucci, you got on Louis Vuitton.
Right.
You don't have a car.
Or you sleeping on your
house
on the floor.
I know where you live. Like to me, you're not fresh. You stupid.
Yeah.
You just tell me you paid $1,100 for some pants. But you live over there on whatever. I ain't gonna say no street because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But you live there, Like, you that's the car you drive. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
They think that's what matters, but that's stupid. Like, no,
sense.
take that money and make it make sense. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. If you want to wear something, you can buy some Levi's. Levi's got $300 pair.
Exactly.
Buy that. Don't go $1,100.
Right.
And then when they do, like, I hate a mirror. I don't like my mirror.
Yeah.
I don't like the pants.
Yeah.
They tight, they fit. And I don't know if you got to censor me, go ahead. But
No, you good. We good. We raw. This raw.
I
man.
tell the young guys, say, listen, Mike's pants are for gay people.
Mm-hmm.
Tight, all the stuff on the booty, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But who buys his pants? Regular rich people don't buy his pants.
Right.
You don't see professional people wearing his pants. Niggas and gay people.
Yeah.
That's his market. So I tell them, I said, that's the pool y'all in.
Yeah.
It's not where if you're not gay, don't do the gay thing.
Yeah. And you wonder why you getting hit on by a man.
Yeah. You got stones and all this stuff on your booty and your pants sagging so part of your booty out.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to attract? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you sending out the wrong message.
Yeah, it's just style. It's not style.
One thing I do appreciate that social media has done though for me has highlighted how many other brands are out there when it comes to clothes. Like for me, I don't have. So you asked about like who's fresh. Like I love a good underdog. Like everybody that knows me knows I love a Jennifer Lee boot. I love it doesn't have to be in Saks or Nordstrom or Neiman's for it to be fly and expensive. Like the money gets spent. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have to be necessarily these top 5 brands that everybody just classifies as, okay, this is the go-to thing.
Yeah.
Because again, them top 5 brands, they will rotate.
Yeah.
It will pivot. But again, I have, something that's just as expensive, better quality, but they only made 100 pair. They only made 500 pair. They made them in smaller batches because they're a smaller company. So whether they're a black brand, whatever brand, I don't care if you green, if it's fly, I'm gonna buy it. Like, I love to look at, a Zendaya on the red carpet or, Mary J. Blige when it comes to coats or stuff like that. But if it's fly, it's fly. That's it. $5, $500, $5,000. Is it dope at any price point?
Yeah.
Would you like it at any price point? That's the question I tell people. Ask yourself. Ask yourself. It's just the bullshit. I need to know. Would you buy it at $500, or $5,000?
Right.
So then that's your answer. Like, if it was at Walmart, you wouldn't bet. Like, if it was at whoever,
say, this is cold.
Yeah.
Would it still be?
Exactly.
Is it really?
Or you seen my man that's popular wearing it all day, so it's like, I should put it on too.
Right.
Certain things aren't even for you. I have a Coke shape. I can't wear everything. Stuff needs to fit me a certain way.
Right.
These guys want to wear these tight pants, sir. You're 400 pounds. Shouldn't see the outline of your knees. Why can I see that in your pants? Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Somebody does, I guess. But for me,
women, y'all responsible.
he always trying to play.
No, listen. I tell you this gonna make all the sense.
Okay, go ahead. Let me hear you.
Let's look at something serious.
Yeah.
Like just the overall plight of the black man.
Okay.
We got all this stuff going on in the world. So you got a lot of black guys who drug dealers.
Right.
They attach to the negative part, like, because it's easier to attach to.
Mm-hmm.
It's no responsibility.
Right.
You go out here trying to sell drugs. I'm just trying to get some money real quick, blah, blah, blah. If the black woman would be like, oh, you don't have a degree, you don't have your diploma, you doing what? I'm good. That'll change everything.
But all
ain't no more, I'm the
equal.
knucklehead, I'm on the street doing whatever. If that got shunned, the same way they shun crackhead.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Shun that, it'll have to stop.
Yeah.
So
Niggas to get their stuff together.
Yeah.
in a way it has. However,
So you saying they settling, or they're allowing it? So it's
here's the thing:
Okay,
are all people created equally?
No.
So typically, a man that lives that kind of lifestyle,
right.
he could go after the lawyer. He could go after the business owner. She's not going to give him the time of day. So what are they going to do? Because they've already adapted to going to the easier life. They're going to go for a hood rat.
So how do we? Let me ask you this then. Let me ask y'all this. How do we, as a community, just a black community, like how do we fix that?
It started with the black woman.
It's always on us to fix everything.
Duh.
The economy, everything.
Because listen, when it comes to humanity, black women are here.
Okay.
They can create anything.
Yeah.
They can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we black men, we protect them and all that kind of stuff, but we're protecting gold.
Yeah, 100%.
And, you know, people might be mad at me. I always say, you know, the white man, you know, they step on everybody's neck, they go kill everybody, destroy everything. That's because the white man is the very bottom of the spectrum.
Yeah.
The white woman is higher than him because she can create life and things like that. But the white man, he's the bottom of the spectrum of human life.
That's why they try to make us feel like we are.
And they try to make us feel like we are.
Reverse.
And I tell people this, I say, listen, God created one thing that gives everything life, the sun. What does the sun do for black people? It helps our skin, it helps our hair, our health, everything.
Eyes.
Too much of the sun killed them. So
why you superior?
you gotta, how is that superior at all?
Yeah.
But we, as a people, we gotta understand that. We gotta stop letting them pull the wool over our eyes, stop letting them trick us out our, you know, like right now, Donald Trump is he's trying to get us to rise up.
Yeah.
So they can implement everything they want to do that's going to completely crush us. So we just got to let him, let the circus be the circus, and stay us because we've always made it through tight situations.
Yeah,
exactly. The people who he making it tight on now, they're not used to that.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to stand up and, oh no, what's going on?
Yeah.
Y'all voted for him. Y'all voted for Trump. We used to it. We going to make it happen.
Yeah.
We got $50 in an entire neighborhood. We'll figure out how to get everybody a penny.
Yeah.
And okay, now we'll exchange pennies for a French fry. So we'll have something.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So
we really run the market.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we be all right.
Yeah. We just gotta come more together. We just gotta come
we
like
have
more
to,
unified.
we have to shop with each other. We
Yeah.
gotta support each other. We gotta look out for each other. All these
And I feel like
guys
social
killing
media
each
has
other.
helped.
Stop.
You know, finding other, you know, okay, we're boycotting X, Y, and Z. Where can I find this?
Right.
Imagine if, you know, we didn't have social media, I could only just call y'all two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, you know, my circle of people.
Yeah.
But now I have access to 1 million people who can see my status or find me on Threads or find me on Facebook or whatever and say, hey, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. Where can I find this? I normally bought it at this place, but since I'm going to not support them, I want to support my own. It's easier to find. There are apps and websites that support, hey, these are all of the black or, you know, brown businesses that have these things. Boom. That's it. It's just making conscious decisions. And they are, again, less travel. It's a little harder to do sometimes. It might be uncomfortable to find, you know, go left instead of go right, but it's possible. So the more we do that, the better, you know, it's just creating the habit.
You know what's making me laugh? I'm talking about the wife. Yeah, right. I started thinking about my granddad.
Exactly.
I posted a picture of my 5th grandfather, man. He's super white. He actually...
You got white on both sides.
Yeah.
Not your girl, though. But
my grandmother on my father's side, her father's white.
Okay.
And then my great-grandmother on my mother's side, her father's white.
Okay.
So this 5th grandfather that I pulled up, because I've been talking to some of my cousins, they putting our family tree together, like, we got white people deep. And they were like super white. Like, so I posted a guy, whatever, and my cousin's like, man, what's going on? So I gave him the backstory. One of his slaves, he got pregnant. But he loved her for real.
Okay.
So when he died, he left her land and everything.
Dang.
But they came and took it from her. And, you know, popped her back out there into the slavery. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, man, I'm talking about the white man body. These my granddaddies, my great granddad. That's why I'm not a racist. I just look at things how it is. Like when something is recessive or something is dominant, the recessive is on the bottom.
Of course.
You can't take two white people and make a person your color, dark or whatever. But you can take 2 dark people and make super light person. You know, any color, any hair, any eye color, anything.
That's 100%.
But you can't do that with 2. You know, so that's just the truth of what it is.
Alright, well. Last question for me, y'all. Last question for me. If y'all were not doing this, what do you think you'll be doing?
Something with football for me. Because I already coached football. I coached football for 15 years before Ed was born.
Okay.
Once he came, I told my guys, I'm like, man, I got to take care of my boy.
Yeah.
So he's old enough for me to come out there and let him run around while we at practice, and he could tell me, hey, I got stung by a bee. Hey, I'm hungry. Hey, this person over here tried to say something. Then we can go back out there.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, when he about 3 or 4. Then Tristan came. So I'm like, hey, I gotta wait till Tristan ready. They're like, yeah, we gonna be in the retirement. Shout out to all my guys over at Harper Woods High School, Coach Rod, everybody else. Yeah, they're my guys, but that's where I was at. Wherever Rod went, that's where I was at. We started at Crockett, and then went over to East English Village, and over to Harper Woods. Yeah.
I probably would be in somebody's marketing department. I did work in finance, and I liked it, so maybe I will be there, making that fun. I'm always trying to add like wherever, just because we here for a good time, not a long time. I say that all the time, but that's the reality. Is yes. Every day, we see something or somebody's past or something, somebody and it's like, you don't know when that last day is going to be, baby. I'm going to enjoy all these hours, all these days. I can never stay, sad or down too long because God is always still good in the midst. And at the end of the day, I'm here to talk about it. And I'm able to wake up and go to sleep and, have. So something, I guess, I don't know what I would be doing. But I think that my 10-year-old self would think I'm lit. So I'm happy with that.
Well, yeah, I appreciate y'all taking y'all time out today and just doing this. It was great.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
And always full circle moments with you. You shot our wedding, our baby shower, everything.
Everything.
And no more kids, so we got fast like that.
Yeah, no more of those.
He said,
I told her, babe, listen, she was like, when I have him, they said they can give me tie the tubes or whatever they gonna do. I said, listen, I don't care what I'm getting snipped. Yeah. So you won't I'm not making nothing.
Yeah, you gotta worry about me. You gotta worry about me.
Went on in and got it done, bro.
Well, there it is, y'all. Frame of Mind podcast. We out.